art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay, awesome day that we have planned here. I don't know how to, the first thing I can learn, oh, it's not that. It's not World of Warcraft that's causing that music. I bet it's this. So I have been playing this. This is, David brought this up to me. I wonder if I can stop it without giving up. If I can pause it. Wasn't some great game. Anyways, it's a pretty nifty game called Super Fantasy Kingdom. So I guess I wanted to sort of note that that existed. Oh, I didn't even show it on the screen. Anyways, I just missed it, but that was what was creating the music in the background. Okay, today's show, we've got the, we're post-banning, so that's gonna be fun. Gary is heading off to Japan tomorrow, so we'll, cheer Gary on. We hope he has a terrific trip. We're gonna try to connect with as many Japanese Magic players as we can, and teach them the way of the Jackal, teach them the way of Mr. Blue and Mr. Green. But no, it'll be wonderful to connect up with some Japanese Magic players. And Gary's going to be going out some of the events out there, so it's going to be really exciting. So we're going to wish Gary a great trip. We'll be going through the new bangs list. Smitty was in the top 100, maybe 119 or so this last week. So we'll talk to him about his experiences. I know he's been testing a lot with the Superior Spider-Man, whatever it's called, Kaido, I think. So we'll discuss that. Or maybe that kind of is the ninja that Theory likes to use. And of course, Theory's continue to do terrific. So we'll hear from everybody on Standard. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to divide the show up. So we have a lot going on in the news. We've got the bannings going off that just happened. So we haven't had the chance to discuss that. We'll certainly discuss the bannings. And then we will talk about new decks. I've got 2 new decks for you guys to look at. It's very similar to what we've been doing, but I realized some things. I think this is going to be fun, especially, actually, really for everybody. So I've got a new Angel version and a new kind of immediate for immediate use Rabbit version that I've been playing. So I'll discuss that with you guys of the whole Buddy Bazooka slash Zebu the Great, 5-color green, whatever you want to call it, type of model that we've been working with. So we're going to divide up about half the time here. Also, Michael has been doing well with still with Boros, even in spite of the Nemesis ban. So we'll get some information from Gary about that. Oh, and we've got Michael Spears on. Wonderful. That brings up a whole nother reason. So what we're going to do is roughly divide this show into two halves. The first half will be, I hope weirdly enough, I hope, just kind of ideally, I hope Jeremy makes it. Don't be afraid to ping him, Brendan, and make sure that Jeremy jumps on if he can. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first half of the show and be as jam-packed as we can about Magic. I'm particularly going to limit any personal tangents or stories or whatever down to the bare minimum to /0. So the first half of the show, for the first 30 minutes of the show, I will probably keep the show just including for Gary's purposes. Gary's getting ready to leave town, and I'm going to try to meet up with him. A fan wanted to send me a deck to sign, and I think that's very nice. So I wanted to meet with Gary to get that deck, and of course take good care of this fellow's property and get the deck signed and everything sent, shipped off to him. And I want to be respectful to Gary's time. Gary's been under a lot. I've recovered from surgery before. It can be really difficult. And day to day, your body and stuff like that. So we'll keep this a little short. So we'll do one half on Magic. We're going to do the other half just straight gameplay as quick as we can, straight into it. World of Warcraft, led by Michael, which is going to be really cool. Michael's been working with Bryn. He has his own mini Annihilation report. Michael won his first 5 games of Magic, so that was awesome. Very cool, Michael. Good job. We're proud of you. And so Michael's going to help lead us into the World of Warcraft. I actually have a priest picked out. I forgot that I think I actually made something. So we'll try to get right into it in the second half. of the show. Let me grab my so I can somewhat keep track. So we'll start off with the band list for standard, which is mainly what we're focused on. For Pioneer, it's going to be the Mighty Mouse is gone from Pioneer for whatever reason. The Heartfire mouse, I'm sure they needed to ban it, but I just haven't been focused on Pioneer enough to know. So it's the Nemesis, Vivi. We knew Vivi was gone. We all knew Vivi was gone, and then the whatever it's called, what is it called?
Profs eidetic memory. Profs eidetic memory.
Okay, right. So that one's gone. The one that makes creatures bigger. However, many cards that you draw past the first one. Those 3 cards are all banned. So basically, hard hit for any sort of mono red / Boros strategy. Not end of the world, but a hard hit for them. They really like that Nemesis. Gary predicted, and I think Gary's right, that we're going to see more life gain. Gary often has some sharp stuff when it comes to stuff like that. Oh, Michael, you having trouble with your audio?
No, sorry, I was. I fixed it now. There was just a cleaner.
Oh, yeah. Michael was very upset about Scorching Nemesis. He was going to plan all his strategies around it. No, that's okay. I steered Michael into our stuff that I thought that would be pretty safe from the bannings. So anyways, Red took a hard hit, and then of course Vivi itself, the Vivi deck, both lost Vivi itself, and then the card that was pumping everything up and making things huge. They did leave Cauldron. I don't know how much Cauldron will be in the format, but anyways, they left Cauldron. So as I predicted, our decks are untouched. I was reflecting on this framework that we have. So the primary framework of the deck, and this will be a nice opportunity for me to talk to you about deck building in a sort of compartmentalized way. How I sort of see it. And this will matter a lot for like character construction. We used to do this with Dungeons and Dragons Online. David Mills and I would break down characters by, like, sometimes you could get, there are certain thresholds, for example, 6 levels of many different character types would give you a whole lot out of that character. And so a lot of times we would play 6 levels of one class, 12 levels of another that would give us a whole nother threshold, and then 2 more of something else. That added up to 20. And then that was, oftentimes the sweet spot for making some of our best builds, and so on. So with this deck, the way to look at it, one way of looking at it, there's a number of ways to look at it that are useful. So this is one useful way of looking at it. It's not, I'm not saying that this is the only way, but one useful way of looking at it is, the way I look at it right now, is this particular framework right here with the 16 land. Weirdly enough, I've had fine luck with the Verge. Of course, I lose some games here and there to Mana Screw, but it doesn't happen that much. Mostly it works. I take some damage from the land, and I don't have the in these particular builds, I don't have what's it called, Cecil the Dark Knight, to take particular advantage of that. So that's a downside of this deck as well. It's a real serious downside, but then it's mostly upside from there. So this is the framework. It's these 2 fast mana creatures, of course, Mr. Blue, Drunith or Jackal, and then Mr. Green, that really pumps things up. I've come to think of, I just can't get away from Zebu, this Seraphic Steed. There's just something about being able to create a creature, like even trading a 2/2, and then you gain 2 life, and then create a 3/3 flyer. A lot of times that's a pretty good trade. A lot of times that will really work out in your favor, and I've won a lot of games that way. And then it can be really abusive. I can't say the cardinal thing that 100% I want to have for Zebus, but at the same time, so the whole downside that you'd ever have to Zebu is if you can't just get enough dudes in play to really activate them, and that's really never the case with this, with either this deck if you build it this way, but there's a few different ways you can build this. Just as of recently, I've been playing a ton with having Cecil and Drowners, for example. So anyways, my point is, these slots are much more flexible than we might think, and especially between you think about main deck and sideboard, and then I think of these pretty rigid. Like I really want tie binders because there's just so much. There's just so many games. It just opens up so much to you. And then he's just a pretty great, guy, 3 flash, whatever, like on average, that's fine. But he starts triggered effects. He takes care of the pre. This is also, I think, a lot about Mr. Green's superiority. Like I like having more wins with that. So this guy can stop Mr. Green. The tie binder can. So, anyways, inside of this framework, there's a huge amount we can do. And I noticed that. I was like, wait a second. With very few rabbits, for example, this could be a really viable rabbit deck. And it's just a strange thing. It just didn't used to be like this in Magic. Can't exactly explain it in a particularly glib way to you. But of course, I can point to factors. And my point is that in testing, they all add up to the fact that you can make a pretty good rabbit deck. And part of that is because in the late game, a lot of times we're just trying to do the best thing that we can do before we slam down a Broid, right, Mr. Green? Like a lot of what you want to do is get a bunch of dudes down, and then you slam down Mr. Green, and then it's like, hey, good luck. And the more that you do, the more ahead you are by then, the more your opponent might be beat down. It's one of the reasons why I like this deck a lot. I had a crazy draw, a crazy mulligan, where I had all four of my Valley Might Callers, and then I had 2 Paw Patch Recruits and 1, I think it was a multiversal passage. Not really sure. It was 1 green land of some sort. It was one of these 2. And I won. Yeah, I didn't even draw a land in the second turn. I just kept casting Valley Might Callers. The third turn, I drew a starting town so I could cast 2 creatures or whatever, and I just eventually just had big dudes and swung in, and maybe something else slightly interesting happened that game, but mostly I just, got in and just did a bunch of damage. So that's kind of how I have this deck crafted, but then you have a lot of flexibility. Your Mockingbird, it's a weird card, Mockingbird with the Drunith, because the Mr. Blue, the second Mockingbird, like the first one will be what you targeted, what you created. Like if you copy a Seraphic Steed, it'll become that. But then the token you create or whatever becomes just a Mockingbird, just a 1/1 creature. But in this deck, that's fine. He's a 1/1 bird at least. Gets +1/+1 from the Valley Quest Caller. It's really fine to have a 1/1 flyer that's a bird for 1 mana in this particular deck. It makes your Beauregard Mentors bigger and so on. And so this is one way of doing this deck. This is hyper fast. Your Mockingbirds can copy your little guys. They can copy your big guys. You can even copy Drunith. You can copy all sorts of things. Get guys down really fast. Similarly, we can do it with, I'm kind of particularly watching the clock because I want to reserve plenty of time for Smitty to talk about things. Smitty, you're up next, because I generally want to hear about the banning and kind of whatever you have to say. This is sort of what I have to say about this. I've been doing enough testing that I had some of like 14 game win streak after I added Z-Boost, so I have a lot of information. All right, this is a different way of doing it, very similar, where we're just going with angels. I didn't have as much success with this. This felt clunkier, might have been the early draws, okay? It also, like those Valley Might Callers are a little intoxicating to me. Is it Valley Might Callers? The frog. The frog is a little intoxicating to me. He's really powerful. Is he called the Valley Might Caller? What is he called? Valley Might Caller, yeah. He's a little intoxicating to me. Anyways, both of these are potent. I think this one is better. Is it better than this version? I couldn't say exactly sure. I got really far with, let's see, this version that has the Cecils and it has Drowners. I eventually, guys, went with 4 Ademi. That's what led me to realizing, oh my gosh, if I'm going to go with 4 Ademi, then maybe I should just try rabbits and see what happens. So it's up to 3 Verges, and so this is one way of doing it. It's very good, very potent, but you're not getting advantage of like these big tribal boosts or something like that you can get that can kind of put you over the edge in the early game So yeah, 3 beautiful new different ways of playing this same kind of framework we've worked on. Smitty, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. So question, are you on a Keras?
A what?
Are you on the Icarus account?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm not on. Yeah, I am.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So a couple things I wanted to talk about, if it's my turn.
Please.
Brandon had recognized that you had brought up the life gain deck with Drenith. So kind of threw some.
Do you want me to pull the other count up, the Michael and count up?
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble.
Yeah, it's not.
Take a look at it, real quick. So we did some work on this deck, and I think it's really interesting. The mana is just kind of, rough right now. It'll get better, but for this particular color combination, it's real hard to just kind of try it. I mean, I did my best.
Oh, I know. It's so fascinating with these new cards and working with these new cards. There's just things that I myself just didn't realize how they could be. And verges are new. This is one of the things that David Mills really teaches us for accurate card representation. First of all, he tells us put accurate card representation super duper high, like really prioritize it. And then inside of that, there are these tools that you have for accurate representation. And one of the biggest things is not thinking you know what a new card is. Like verges are really different, and multiversal passage is a different card, and
it makes
what we're getting
much more interesting too.
What's that?
The verges make the surveil lands much more interesting.
Oh, right. So the verges then make the surveil lands more interesting as well, because the surveil lands are both, say, forest and plains. For example, for Lush Portico is a surveil land. So that's a way of going. Okay, let's have a look here. So I'm in that account. Tell me what deck you want to highlight.
We're looking at Bryn's Bomber.
Okay, great. Let's look at Bryn's Bomber.
Because the Essence Channeler comes in. Because one of the things you'll notice when you play against these life gain decks is they are too often ignoring starting town, even if they're not playing anything else.
Oh, I know. Just to make their flyer fly, just to make their essence power fly, right?
So this is what we built out. I guess this is probably the last version I built out. And you can see the mana's just all over the place. I wanted to try some top lands, but that was the problem that we kept running into. The Zenith, which is like Cosmic Grand Zenith, up to your right, 3-caster.
Oh yes.
Like a little.
He's been talking about this guy. He's really interested in him.
Yeah, he's kind of like a little mini Abororoid, and also he'll make you some critters too.
And you like a mini Orbroid. Yeah, you're particularly talking about put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control aspect of him. Sure.
Yeah. And if you make critters with him, that's amazing in the life gain scheme. One thing that I've been considering after I put this deck down for a few days is the Valley, not the Valley Quest color. Yeah, the Valley Quest color, as a lot of your critters are bats and rabbits. And
that's funny. Yeah, it would give you a certain robustness.
So I kind of put
Shelter by Ghost is such an interesting card because you're a little bit all in one way or the other. It's nice to have a couple of them, but it's tough.
Yeah,
but it's really good in this deck. I agree.
I think the Banishing Light is overall needed in this deck as one of your biggest problems is Wrath. Board wipes, whatever you want to call it.
You're talking about, yes. So this would be Sensational Spider-Man / a Demi. Yep.
Yeah, and so then you kind of have a Demi to counter that, and then also if you.
I was really enjoying a Demi, and that was one of the things I'll tell you. I did not leave the build with Cecil because it wasn't working. I did it because I always have a bias towards expanding your guys' buffet of options and really having science on it. And I was really liking a Demi. I mean, he was great. I had 4. by the end. I was just like, man, this guy, I love the Bailoff, but the Bailoff just felt too flat to me. Because I've also found his flying to be really useful.
Well, he's just value, two for a 3-2 flash that does stuff.
Or two of them. I mean, I've definitely never lost when I've copied a Demi.
So that's kind of like, I'd like to hear what Bryn thinks about having played a bunch of games with this deck, I believe, or similar. But
Bryn, let us know. And then I also want to give Gary some time before we wrap up to talk about his thoughts on the bannings and where things are going. So we'll go from Bryn over to Gary, and then we'll see if Lawrence or Theory have any notes before we jump into WoW with Michael. Michael can also tell us about his first 5 wins as well for Magic as we jump in, but in all seriousness, we'll start with, of course, it makes total sense to listen to Michael talk about that, but he probably wants to get into WoW, and it's a lot of focus for him to lead things for us. So we're excited about having Michael on. Bryn, what are your notes on Bryn's Bomber?
Yeah, funny name. Yeah, one is Smitty, very smart. I've been talking with Smitty about the deck design. It's very zero defensiveness, very curious about like different cards, and it's like continuous. Is very I'm very impressed.
Smitty has something. Remember, Smitty also like just clear, like amongst a bunch of really prominent, interesting people that were all in their way vying for attention with good reason, because they were all very bright people. David really stood out for Smitty, and Smitty really took his time and invested in learning from David, invested in having a relationship with David. And then when I started working with David, then he really doubled down on that. He never really swayed from it, never went just kind of a particular, like amongst all the people, because there were all sorts of people in the Magic world that came in touch with me and David, but really Smitty was in his own way basically unique in sort of being all in on David and carrying on with us, not just for Magic, but he helped us with the whole thing with the Area 51 lifestyle and mystery and the whole relationship with Bystine. He was absolutely incredible there. And again, that's a prickly subject. It can be hard, right, Bryn? I mean, you can imagine. Smitty actually took guys out in field and helped them, record them so they could see what they actually looked like, actually sounded like. Pretty neat. And so he has, this right kind of Midas touch for all those things, and just has such a great personality.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, with this deck, what Smitty said, I was running into basically the main issue was board wipes, and then like not being able to get the creatures back. We had a version where we were playing
not being able to get the creatures back.
Yeah, like if I get wiped, then maybe like I either
could you really recover? Oh, you're thinking you could bring them back with a yeah.
Raise the past.
Yeah, like a raise the past type thing. But then what are we gonna take out? So it's kind of like give and take, and the lands are a little bit too rough. Where sometimes, when Smitty and I were talking, where sometimes we would have a Druid, but we had to wait like 2 turns or 3 turns to get the right lands.
To face, though. It's really cool. I mean, it's really got some cool ideas. It's some cool edgy ideas.
Yeah.
I expect us to see with both Smitty and Dan kind of on Cosmogrand Zenith, it kind of makes me realize it sort of can't, it's so hard to imagine it not being right in some way. Like when I say right, I don't mean the only right, but a right path or a
like a mini Elspeth as well.
Yeah, well, and again, and David talks to us about how to deal with this. Is we want to take a look at cards and say, instead of this is like, it's more like this is life. This is like, it's like in some cases it's like a mini Elspeth. Might be a little bit easier to kill in some ways, a little harder to kill in other ways, but probably overall easier to kill. And then generating the effect, of putting, the primary effect that you want from Elspeth is kind of what you can get out of it. So, to generate that, sometimes we can do it, sometimes we can't, whatever. But talking that way, it's not because we want to be the word police. It's because it's the only thing that we're doing. Like, all that we're doing is accurately setting these decks up, setting them up for success. And so it just becomes really important to kind of talk about them in that kind of nomenclature. So now a lot of what Smitty is doing here is also a little bit guessing for what he's going to be dealing with the metagame. If you were to say, hey, you're going to play against straight red decks, he would have the deck configured more against red decks, and he has more against that. Or if he knew it was going to be board wipes all the way, he would just say, sure, let's just start with 4 Demi and so on. But anyways, nifty. So basically, it sounds like you were having a lot of success, but then if there was something you're struggling on, it was board wipes.
Yeah, mainly board wipes. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, greatness. Let's get over to talking to, and I think that this thread is going to continue to develop. I mean, it's totally undeniable. I mean, for sure, when the mana works out and you cast Druidess, I'm sure you just completely run people over. Is that correct?
Yeah, is that correct?
I would say so. I don't think I lost any games where I had Drunith in play for more than 1 turn.
Yeah. Okay, something along those lines. That's about what I figured. And it was kind of neat, right? I suspected that combo would somehow be neat in a way that would be a little different. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm testing these different decks to feel those differences. Very nice, Smitty. Thank you very, very much. Gary, let me give the transition over to you as we jump into World of Warcraft. Gary, what are your thoughts on the banning, if anything, updates on how you and Michael are seeing Boros, or anything you want to talk about, man? How you doing?
Recovery's going well. Tomorrow's the flight. It's
I
gonna
can't believe
be.
you're flying so short after recovery.
I know it's
It makes
2
sure really
weeks.
hydrate. It's easy
Yeah.
to get dehydrated on these trips, really. And when you get to the airport, it's so difficult to know what to do. You go straight to a newsstand and get some water. You don't have to rely, on the airline, so you can really get some water. Stay hydrated on those long flights.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really excited because again, I'll have this this will be like the first time I'll have my daughter for the holidays too. So
Yep.
it's like a big
Oh, that's
win
wonderful.
for me. We got Eternal Weekend in Yokohama in December. They have the autumn season and winter season with those promos into the Flood Mall with I want to say the Elk is the first place promo for the winter, and then it's Slick Shot Show Off with Monastery Monstrous Rage as the participation promo. But the Into the Flood Mall I think is going to be really powerful because that was even on the list for the potential ban. Like people were saying Into the Flood Mall was so strong. And
Agreed.
then again, going into what Star City posted as well as MTG Weekly, that they had in the article of the ban, they were talking about like because of changing 2-year to 3-year rotation, now there's all these cards integrating that never were supposed to integrate before. That's why they
No,
gave
it's
us
not
all
in the
those.
standard environment. They might have been
Right.
Pioneer and so
So
on. Yeah, for sure.
that list that I sent last night in the group chat when I couldn't even sleep, I'm like, they're already potentially like, oh, let's have 10 potential dates out there for upcoming bannings because even Wizards right now doesn't even know what's going on when it comes to playtesting with these cards because
Well, and
again,
also remember they can't know from a standpoint of even if there's something good out there, it doesn't mean it's going to get played, including things, they might assume that one deck will be out there and really prominently played, and it really disrupts, and holds down another problematic deck. And if that deck doesn't get played or discovered, or it doesn't get popularized, it's just one of those things. So
yeah, it's just like the VV Cauldron. It wasn't even supposed to be together. Like at best, it was the 6 weeks because it was like the original rotation. Wilds was supposed to rotate with Ixalan. We weren't even supposed to have the white enchantment that was rebringing back Omniscience when they had to ban that one. So I'm really excited. This weekend's Avatar pre-release, by the way. So we're gonna have access to those.
Too much over Avatar. I have sent some different cards into the group. The first thing I'll be testing is the one that Dan said, the Earthbender that costs a green and a colorless and makes a little Earthbending card, or makes one of your lands become a dude, and then it makes it so every time you tap a creature, that taps for mana that you get an additional green. So we already naturally have the framework.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple weeks.
Just so you know, the bottleneck will become like, what do we do with a bunch of mana? Like, is there something that really breaks down barriers, something that really that's right sized, that doesn't clunk up the deck, or is there a way of doing it? You know, and you know, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, moving to the Boros list.
Yeah.
I've been talking with Freeman, and we've been playing with the new list by adding Adrana. Adrana's definitely been a powerhouse by getting the card advantage.
What's that one?
That's Adrana? Gloria. So it's Gloria on Arena, and then it's the and then it's Adrana.
Oh yeah, we already have it in the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already in the deck. It's just there's just so much card advantage, and then again, Higher Claw already being able to be modified before it's even out, and then again, it's an attack trigger.
With this,
so
you're getting something like the you know, Ophidian style effect, or the, you know, hit somebody, do damage, and then try to get on a roll with that.
Right.
Okay, great. So that's what you're doing.
Going back to the Bryn Bomber list, I think when we get to a point with perfect mana, I mean the fact that even Bunny Bazooka with the Jin Pollinator, I mean if we can get, I mean if it might turn into a 5-color deck. I mean you could almost potentially put Boros Charm in there as your board white protection. I mean it's 1 white, 1 red. You're playing white obviously, but I mean Pollinator, I was just thinking about this in the podcast. Literally Pollinator produces any mana. I mean,
yeah, that's cool.
Pollinator when we were building it.
Yeah.
Good. Very cool. Cool.
Right, but it's like just taking those multiple decks that we've worked on in the past weeks. I mean, there's gonna be something that we're brewing.
Well, and actually, I put something in the group chat about Dota 2 and something that David had sent me, and it's the coach of Falcons, a team that really impresses us. We were watching Falcons before they became ultra dominant. They finally lost this week, unfortunately, in the grand finals to Tundra 3-2. But irregardless, he talked about in that clip that I showed you guys about how he's really set up, because Dota 2 changes a lot, and part of the reason why I'm doing this World of Warcraft play is to help open this up to other games. Dota is one of them. I think this is a great format, and we have a guest, well, not a guest, a member of our group, but someone who came over as a guest now is a member of our group, Michael, who can help lead us on it. But anyways, there's just a certain way in which I want to be able to get into some of these new games and be able to jump into them, and a bit tight on time. So what we'll do, Michael, I've got World of Warcraft pulled up. I assume Bryn and Lawrence also, can you guys have it pulled up? And then we can see what can happen here. Let me turn down the volume on this. How do I do that? That can be our first mission. Michael, how do I turn down the volume on this?
There should be settings or options somewhere in a corner. Can't actually see it on your screen there. Oh yeah, go to menu at the top.
Menu at the top. Here we go.
Options and then audio.
Let's go to audio.
Just do master volume down at the top.
Is there a master volume at the top?
Yeah, near the top, first slider.
Here we go. Great.
There you go.
I'll put that down to, let's say, 15%.
And were you wanting me to actually jump in on the game too, or just?
Yeah, let's do it as much as we can. I did.
I'm going to double check though, because I imagine you might have set it up on US, so I will jump in on my little starter US one just for the purposes of this.
Okay, great. I don't know how to check that.
No worries. If it wasn't checked, then it probably was US, because we had this little issue with Lawrence and Jeremy.
Okay, great.
This
is great, Michael. This is fun for me. I've been looking forward to this.
Me too. Okay, so let's see. I'll just make a random character. What did you make there, Night Elf? Cool. Du, du, du.
So this is cool. I haven't played it, any sort of MMO since David and I played Dungeons and Dragons Online right before we did OMG. So around 2012 was the last time I played. About 12 years, 12, 13 years.
Okay. Right, just going to be jumping in here. So you can click Enter World.
Enter world, here I am.
There you go. I imagine I'm going to see you right in front of me as well, and so then I can just group up with you, basically.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
there's going to be this cinematic.
And Brandon Lawrence, if you guys are on, then try to do the same if you can. There's a fierce battle going on in my living room for a dog toy. Looks like Pablo's gonna win. Yep.
Michael, I joined, basically I entered the world with the character we created the last time. Would I be able to join you guys, or should I create a new one?
I'm imagining Mike's on the US server, so
Same.
to do
Exiles
that,
reached the North Sea.
Sorry.
It says Captain Garrick is in front of me. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
I'm sort of having to tab back and forth, but yeah, I can see you there. Maybe, is that you next to me? No, that's not. Oh, I don't see it. Okay.
Are any of you Aerosol? No?
I'm Arizal, yeah. I
Okay.
created this new one just randomly right now.
Sweet.
Okay.
So I'm with you, Michael.
Cool.
Where are you guys?
We're
don't
still on
know.
the ship.
I don't actually see Mike. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Lawrence, you created a new character too?
Because I created a US version first, I just flipped to that account. It's a level 1 though, so it doesn't have any of the progress. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Combat dummies now.
I wonder if Mike's actually on the EU one. I don't know.
Well, I don't see anybody. I just see a private coal.
Maybe I'll just try logging out and log back in again to just see.
I am battling training dummies. Not going well. I think they're gonna win.
They might do.
Oh, here's another one. Return to the quest. Thank you. Boom.
Do you know what realm or anything you chose, Mike? When you
Is there a way for me to check or look it up? Or can I log
I
out?
suppose you would have had to log out. Let's see if I just make a new one, what one it recommends to me.
Okay, log out.
I'm making a new character. It recommends to Ralium Realm.
Hey Mike, we can also check which version you're on. Do you have your Battle.net app?
Yeah. What is it? Battle.net what?
The application where you basically launch World of Warcraft?
Yes, somewhere. Let me take a look. I should be logged out now. Okay, I'm logged out. Oh, it looks like I'm level 2 now. Great.
Wow, already.
So let's see what's going on here. Do I need to check? Should I check what Lawrence was saying, or what were you saying, Michael?
Yeah, no, go. You check what Lawrence was saying. I'm not sure if it will show you if you only have one, but just tab out to like the different applications.
Battle.net.
Yeah.
So here's Battle.net. What's in here for me to look at?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It doesn't show up because he only has one account. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I set it up with you, Mike, did I? So I think you're on the US. Okay, go back to battle.net. And actually let me see. So I'll try and find you via a battle tag, which
So
is like
should
the
I enter that world again?
No, tab back to that application, that battle.net
The battle.net,
application.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I expected this sort of thing. I didn't necessarily think that we'd just jump in and be able to play easily. Sometimes it just takes some
sure.
time.
Um,
Right.
Go to on the top right, there's like a plus with a person there.
Here?
Top right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Okay.
Try, okay. What will it show mine? Oh no, sorry. Click on your name on the Icarus thing. Okay, so you're 1734 and connected to Americas. There we go. Okay, so you are on Americas, and let me just 1 sec. I'll add you. 1734. So let's see if that works. There you go.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, well, step 1 complete. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the US, and then I'm going to log back in with a thing, and I imagine then it will kind of be able to group us up. So you
Okay,
can log
right.
back in again to the actual game.
Okay, I'll enter the world.
I see Icarus now. What's up?
What's up? All right, how do we group?
Or also you can do it, Jeremy, but once. Oh, sorry, Lawrence.
All right, so how do we team up or whatever?
Oh, I think you see each other. There you go.
Yeah, I see it.
Lawrence right there.
Yeah. I don't know how to party up. I added him as a
Right,
friend.
so click on the thing, and then if you right click on their character, like,
Invite?
yeah, invite, there you go.
Nice. Sweet.
There we go, I see you guys, here we go. So I'm gonna request to join your group.
All right, I will go ahead, and after some deliberation, I decided that you are good enough to join my great group.
So kind of you,
I
Mike.
have held the
My
training
God.
dummy,
You
just so you
are
know.
a generous person.
I really am. Lawrence is killing training dummies for us.
Hey.
Okay, so Michael, what are we supposed to do now? Bryn,
This is just like this is the tutorial zone that they made
Sure.
sort of more recently. So it used to be, I mean, you still have the option, but I think if you're a brand new character, they make you do this kind of newer tutorial area. But there is actually like a specific zone for every different race. So we're all night elves, and we would start in this huge tree that's kind of like a tree city kind of thing.
Cool.
But anyway,
So
we're just
where do we go now? And is Bryn coming? Bryn, are you coming?
Yeah, I was trying, but I created a new character, but then I got on a different ship, so I'm not sure if we can team up that way. Like, I don't know.
Maybe log out and log back in and see if it comes in. Are you in the Americas?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just on a different ship, different characters.
All right, we'll just try to log out and log back in and see if it comes in. I don't know. Want to get Bryn on here.
And so do you see the prompts it's giving you on the screen there, Mike? It's saying,
Yeah, open your spell book and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just as you level up, you'll get more spells, obviously. So.
Okay, shadow. Okay. To your action bar. Okay, got it. Yeah, sure. Cool, got it. Take anything for leveling up. Should I look at anything?
Second, sorry?
Oh, never mind. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Bryn, are you back in?
Michael, is there a way to select the world you're entering, or?
I basically just created a brand new character, and luckily it's all put us together.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
okay, so I did the same, but then when I click enter world, I enter ship, but I see basically different people.
So
For some reason I don't have Anyone?
What if
Okay.
we all log out and log back in? I don't know. At least we got 3 of us. All right, well, we've only got about 12 minutes left in the show. Let's just,
Yeah.
Michael, see if you can take it somewhere and we can do something.
Sure. I don't. So you might need to just do these first few things. I've just like follow the quest. It's going to end us up on this like beginner island. So.
Okay, let me see if I talk to this guy, if there's more quests to do.
Yeah, you're just going to like fight him for a minute, and then I think after that you'll be on the island.
He wants to fight?
You're just going to spar with him.
Okay.
So just press 1 and 2 to do your spells.
Am I doing anything?
Two is a dot, so you only need to apply it once, and then keep pressing 1 as like your sort of smite. Cool.
All right, so I beat him, right?
You did. Good job.
Okay, great. Thank you. I feel very accomplished.
I know.
Okay, complete quest. Okie doke. Chat, ask questions. All right. Going below that. I got help again. Complete quest. Okay. Now it's taking me somewhere. Is it taking you guys somewhere too?
I'm
Yep.
there already, but it'll probably we'll all be there.
All right, cool. Is Bryn there?
No, I don't think I could be in the same world currently.
All right, so I'm on some sort of a ship's split screen. I'm gonna skip the. All
Yeah,
right,
you can do.
fine. Make me feel guilty. Damn, there's a whole tidal wave. Dang. All right, we got our problems. We're upside down under the water now after all that crap. All right, what now? All right, we're shipwrecked. Sounds good.
Right, I see you two. So this is me, the jumping one.
Yeah.
And then here we have these quests. And if you want, you can also like scroll wheel down for like zooming out the camera if it feels better for you.
Yeah, I see that. Cool. Okay, great. Take us somewhere. Let's go kill something.
Let's go kill something. So they're kind of introducing you to all the classic enemies, which are like these are murlocs, just these weird like fish monsters.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you right click on the sparkling things, you loot them.
Okay, first aid kit, sure. All right, I'm a copper machine. Let's keep it moving.
So make sure you loot enough to have 6. I think you guys haven't yet. So loot the ones that we've killed. And then I think it's, oh, interesting. Yeah, on this, it will give you this. We need to go back to this golden question mark to hand in the quest.
Yeah, get this guy off me.
Nice.
Mm. Yeah, so it's just me sort of running around killing these guys. Sounds good.
Come back over here, Mike, and just loot the ones that you've killed, and then it will give us a new quest after we turn this one in. And of course, this is like the absolute beginner starter area. So there's just so many different zones that get more and more sort of grand and incredible. And sometimes you're on different planets that have all sorts of like black holes and things happening.
I got the first objective.
Nice.
Morlock Mania.
And so maybe you guys just got another ability. I don't know if you've quite, there you go.
I did. First little
Flash,
demon.
heal. Okay, cool. So now I can heal us. Help that guy right there. Helping people right and left here. Mother Teresa over here, helping everybody out.
OMG, City on Hill.
That's right. All right, what's next? What do we do now?
So if you've healed all 3 of those guys, I don't know if you saw that already. So you just like use the
Yeah,
first
I
aid
see.
kit on these 3 guys, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And hand it in when you've done that.
Am I missing one?
And also, if you look on your top right, you have a mini map which shows you like where the thing is. It's like your radar kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got it this time. Okay. Complete quest, accept.
Nice.
All right, travel north to find expedition survivors and
Cool.
see the map. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm ready, guys.
Let's go, guys.
I'm sure you guys are all impressed with my prowess so far.
Exactly.
So far.
Same as Bryn when I was just decimating the tutorial in Magic.
Yeah. Yeah, was that from you, by the way, Michael?
It was actually really fun, yeah. It was actually a good tutorial. They sort of, I mean, if I didn't have Bryn, I probably would have actually lost 1 or 2 because it, it gave you a few little things to think about as well and a few surprises.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. University complete.
Stand a little bit closer to them.
Accept. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
If you guys have that quest now, we can just kill some of these porcupines or goats or whatever.
So part of what's going on is that we're in a group and then we kind of get these quests. That gives us some chance to get some experience and so on.
Exactly. And
how,
yeah,
how do you know that you guys are on the same quest? I guess you could just sort of ask each other.
So if you mouse, so like when you're looting this one, for instance, maybe you won't see it now that you've already done it, but for me in the bottom right, it gives a tooltip which shows all of all of the people in the group and the progress along the quest. So I see 1 out of 5 for us all. So next time, just hover over it before you loot it, or actually, oh yeah, you can sort of see it. You can like, as you're targeting that animal, you can sort of see our progress to it before we've even attacked it. Do you see that in the bottom right?
I think so, yeah.
If you mouse over the enemy, or mouse over whatever objective it is.
Mouse over the enemy.
And also we could go over here, because if you look on the mini map, there's a little chest icon, and so we can loot a little chest, get some.
Okay, so we kind of each get the chest and so on.
I'm unsure on this one. Let's find out. I think we do, but let's see. I think if we're in a group, we do. Can you guys
I got copper, a wallet, a broken mirror, and a cloth belt.
Nice.
And a staff of ultimate destruction.
Damn, that's a rare drop.
Yeah, I thought so.
There we go. So Mike, I think you need 2 more of, or maybe you can loot this one over here that we just killed.
You got 1.
So I've now learnt this disengage ability, so I can like fly backwards.
Fancy, fancy.
Fancy indeed.
Yeah. Maybe kill this guy. Yeah. Ruffled feather. I don't think we're driving us meat. Oh, I do have the meat. Okay, so where are we supposed to go now?
So now we go back. Again, you can check your mini map to sort of see where you need to go in the top right. And I guess later on with your character, you've chosen Mike. So you'll probably end up going, I imagine if you want to do damage, I don't know, maybe you'll do healing, but you can be like a shadow priest. So
Yeah.
you'll be like cursing them and channeling sort of dark energy and things like that. It's sort of like priests can be either holy or shadow. So you're sort of channeling shadow energy, but also maybe healing a few of us too and that kind of thing, sort of with the damage you deal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So cook the meat at that campsite. So let's see here. Here, cooking. Okay, cook the meat. Great. All right, great. Awesome. And then we talk to her. Continue.
Now she's feeling a bit better.
Great. Okay. I guess we'll do one more quest here, and then we'll wrap it up.
Cool.
All right. So you guys are coming up here. Enhanced combat tactics. 0-3 abilities proven against Captain Garrick. Am I supposed to do something back there?
What's that? Oh, I didn't.
Do I have to prove abilities to Captain Garrick first?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't actually get that question.
Okay.
I think it's because we're ranged characters.
I don't know.
Are you
No, I think it might be because this isn't the first character we've made. Perhaps I don't know.
So where's Captain Garrick?
On your screen, where are they? Oh, do you see that golden dot on the?
Yeah, I do.
So you're gonna like fight her, I think, just to sort of, show that you can do things. And it's it's giving you those little tips of what to do. So while your Shadow Word Pain is active, you only need it once. It will keep dealing damage and then do the smite.
I think you might want you to press the button 2 there.
What is it?
Yeah, you did it, I think.
And yeah, Thierry, you should also jump in with us at some point.
The game was messing up with me right now. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to keep killing her again and again.
I'm not
I
sure.
think you need to follow the instructions.
I think he's doing it though. So
It's saying you use Shadow Word Pain too soon. So like it's trying to teach you that you don't need to keep pressing number 2.
Okay, great.
Because it doesn't do any more damage to just like reapply the kind of curves. There you go.
All right, great. So I guess it's done. All right, either way, ready for turn in. Okay, let me just go back. I'll turn this in and then we'll wrap things up. All right, there we go, complete quest. Great. Okay, she has a new quest, but I'm not gonna take it. I'll wrap this up now. Great job, Michael. Gives us a start roll. Get to play more in the future, but this again opens us up to different games. I started saying this about with Falcons. They really focus on a foundational approach to the game Dota because the game changes rapidly. And as much as we can in these games, we want to take kind of foundational approach to understand things as we've done with Magic. And now we're looking at the foundations of World of Warcraft. Great webby guys. A great gaming webinar. Great culture. Gary, once again, we want to wish you a terrific trip back to Japan. Congratulations about getting to be with your daughter. That's just absolutely wonderful. And we're looking forward to your adventures. Hopefully you can wake up at 2 in the morning to jump on our webinars with us. We really hope to see you.
Yeah, I'll be 14 hours ahead of you guys in the time zone.
Yeah, so we'll have to try to find some way to make it work. But anyways, we appreciate you.
I'll make it work though. The place that I ended up getting, I don't have to worry about I'm not like in a hotel or anything. I ended up so like the last 2 years I've been working with people who's had rentals there in Japan. So like I'm renting an actual house.
Oh, awesome. You're going to be a
So
Tokyo.
Nice.
yeah, so I'm about 4 stations away from Shinjuku.
Oh, nice.
I have a plan to play twice a week at some of the local LGSs, and then I want to do Eternal Weekend, and then next year when I go back for the summer, they'll have the spotlight in Chiba for Memorial Day weekend, which
Yeah.
will be my next
It's gonna
big
be a lot
event
of fun.
over there.
The Japanese are so much fun, and there's so many great games, and I'll be looking forward to talking to some of the people, some of the businesses that are over there, and talking to them at some point. I myself, I'm planning on heading to Tokyo, so hopefully I'll be able to meet up with Gary there. Okay, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Terrific episode. Show number 11. It went awesome. Appreciate Michael for coming on. We'll continue along with World of Warcraft and continue, of course. We've got the new Magic set is coming out, Last Airbender. We'll have it. We've done a significant look at it between me and Dan and Smitty and so on the team here. So that should be a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody for jumping on today, and we will be back next week. We didn't get a chance to talk much of it all to Theory or to Lawrence today, so we'll make sure to check in with both of them next week as well. All right, thanks everybody. Great show.
Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Smitty. Great job.
Oh.